realization that I've come to many times before in the past. Sometimes my brain just feels like it is not turned on. I'm alive, I'm walking, I'm talking, but no one's home. I'm somewhere else, I'm in my head, I'm in the clouds. I'm not sure where I am, but I'm not present. That's created some problems for me in the past, and I finally am ready, have been ready to do something about it for quite some time. Some of it, chronic brain fog from a chronic illness that I get to live with, but the rest of it is basically just conditioning and some things that I have implemented in my life as defense mechanisms, strategies to keep me safe in my little ego shell that I am breaking out of. Using the word grounding throughout this video sounds a little woo-woo, I get it, but at the same time, I think it's an important part of life, which is staying present in the moment. Live in the moment, guys. So to me, that just means that I'm paying attention to the fact that I'm actually alive. I'll give you a little anecdote about how I am this way. I have currently big patches of skin flaking off my body because of a sunburn, which also is an anecdote of just take the 1 minute to put on the sunscreen. That little moment is really hard for me to do. Now I have flaky skin. Instead of just taking the time to moisturize it every single day, I have allowed it to just get worse and worse. And is this a big deal? No. This is, in fact, actually a trait I really like about myself. I think I'm pretty flexible, I'm pretty accommodating, I am able to roll with the punches. I think that that's something that has been a really good trait for me, but I think in a lot of ways, some of our best traits are also some of our worst. Okay, so picturing this as like building blocks, which is how I've been trying to reassess this in my mind of, I feel like usually I just scatter in the pieces and somehow build a building that is a little bit shaky and very easy to tear down and make me unstable. I've really been wanting to work from the ground up. Let's lay some cute foundation for me to survive on and fall back on when things get tough. Firstly, we're gonna talk about routines, hygiene routines, these little things of self-care that are really easy to overlook as like, oh, that's just like very surface level, whatever, but I think that they're very important for showing yourself that you care enough to take the time out of your day to do something that feels good and is for your long-term well-being. So it's important for me to implement routines that are sustainable, like I said, long-term, sustainable to have in my life. So I'm partnering with Youth to the People for this routine video. I am so excited to be working with them. They are an amazing company. They launched in 2015. They focus on clean ingredients while also using really sustainable ways to go about their business. I love that they have a line of products that are all very like clean, effective, but they don't have like a million different things, so keeps it a little bit to the point. So they have their refillable minis kit, which is a great little lineup of skincare to have like a full little routine with them. Like I said, they have a huge focus on giving back, sustainability in a lot of different aspects, which I am a huge fan of. All their ingredients are vegan, cruelty-free, and in glass packaging, so they offer also refills. So like in their cleanser, they have a big bottle that you can buy to refill any of your other jars to get them in a bigger like bulk type version, which I think is really awesome. Have compostable styrofoam alternative to make sure the glass doesn't break on its way to you, but then you can literally watch it melt away in your sink. So they have their green tea and superfood cleanser. Amazing. People rave about this and I'm a really big fan myself. Their Yerba Mate Resurfacing Energy Facial. This is amazing. I've been using it once or twice a week. Then they have this mist. Oh, let me tell you about this mist. It smells so good. I already have used up a whole one, so I'm gonna have to refill it, but I'm excited to have another one that I can throw in my bag on the go. I have their Air Whip Moisturizer Cream. This moisturizer, you need like a little dot of it and it just goes on like so silky smooth. They have their Super Berry Hydrate and Glow oil. I love an oil. I use these mostly at night. Oils are really great for sealing in the moisture while you're sleeping. Again, just like sticking to a routine feels really good for myself. I know that I'm gonna wake up and do these steps. It's gonna start my day out right. Just focus on yourself for a sec. So if you guys want to check out Used to the People and you're looking for a new skincare routine, I am a really, really big fan. I'm excited to be working with them. You can get their Protect the Planet Refillables mini kit for $60 and you can always refill them. And I'm gonna get into the rest of my tips. This is the first time in 5 years that I've gotten back on the horse with exercising, and I feel like a new person. This is truly one of the most important things. I think I just had my mindset in the wrong place before of exercising to like get hot or something. When I was back in Colorado and started just doing things like hiking, swimming, tennis, just like kind of simple things that weren't necessarily like, yeah, this is gonna get me ripped, but like feeling those endorphins again, very addicting. So I got back and I knew that that was something I wanted to keep in my routine, and I have successfully been working out multiple times a week for the past 3 weeks, which is so, I just feel really proud of myself in that way. And I also have seen the biggest changes from this step in my day-to-day life. I have so much more energy. I feel a lot better about myself. I think this is something I need to work on the most, but I'm throwing this in here because it has been something I've been trying to take the time to do, to just be still, meditate, whatever you want to call it, and also like implementing some grounding techniques of how I can like bring myself back into just sitting with myself and like not thinking about anything else. A big thing that I feel like has been helping me is baths at night. Something about water has always felt like very soothing to me, so taking baths, I'm so lucky. This is my first time I've really had like a bathtub in a really long time. So I've been taking advantage of that. I've been finding ways to like, while I'm doing things, to just like incorporate sitting back and like taking some deep breaths, calming myself down when I'm getting overwhelmed. Getting back into reading, also a huge thing. I loved reading in like high school, college, but I was always just reading things that I had to read. And now I look at books as like free college, essentially. You can find books really cheap. Such a good way to incorporate new knowledge, new passions, figure out like what you're most interested in. This summer I've gone through more books in this year, I guess, than I've read in the past like 4 years combined. So that's really exciting for me, and I'm finding myself that it's nice to detach from like technology, being on my phone or scrolling or watching stupid TV. I read a book, and that in itself like kind of feels like a form of meditation to me. Catching yourself in negative thoughts. Practice that. Whenever you feel the need to like maybe talk shit on someone, or you get annoyed at something that is really like quite simple, all of these things that come up in our day-to-day, catching them and saying like, receiving the thought and then saying, like, why am I having this thought? Like, what is this serving me? Is this actually real, or am I just like projecting onto something? Is this an insecurity? Am I just excessively worrying about something that thinking about it will have no effect on whether it happens or not? Like I've said, I'm a creature that just like, I live in my head, and it doesn't serve me, and it wastes a lot of time that I could spend either working or enjoying myself. Thinking, for the most part, just doesn't serve me unless it's thinking about something with purpose, and most of the time it's just letting your brain run wild. And lastly, less thinking, more do. I'm trying to be an action person, which goes along with like this feeling of being grounded. This is a tip I've heard throughout time, and I think it's a really good one, which is if you can do it in 5 minutes, do it right now. If I can clean my dishes in 5 minutes, just do them so I can stop thinking about them. If I can call my doctor and make the appointment that I need to, instead of putting it on my to-do list for the next 10 days straight until I actually just do it, it takes no time at all, yet for some reason they are so easy to perform. 1995. 7 Street? Is that it? Or it's a new one?
It looks like a different one.
No, that's it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Have a good one. Bye. How long it took. 3 minutes. Less than 5. What's up? Procrastinate. And then that's a way that my brain just gets filled up with like all of these to-do list things. I allow them to build up until I'm so overwhelmed that I can't really do anything unless I just take a whole chunk of a day and bang out all of these things that I could have done really simply and moved on with my life. So a big thing I've been learning about over the past few years is delayed gratification. This is something that we usually learn in childhood. Being okay with choosing something that's maybe not exactly what you want to do in the present moment, but it will provide for you in the future. It's very easy to not delay your gratification, get that instant gratification, and just do what you feel like doing in the moment. And another theme throughout my life for as long as I can remember is the fear of trying, the fear of success. Those are two different things, but fear of trying, I feel like, is something that once I learned about this topic, so much made sense to me. I have constantly been the person that I reserve effort because I know if I didn't put all of my effort in, then I have this cushion to fall back on of like, well, I didn't try as hard as I possibly could have, because that hurts a lot more when you actually try and you get rejected. Like, that hurts, and that's one of the hardest feelings, and I think that that's such a defense mechanism that I have employed constantly throughout my life, and I'm ready to stop. Okay, so I filmed this video the other day, and then I was really thinking about the outro that I had filmed, and I wanted to really bring it together in a way that's like, what's the point of all of these little things that you're speaking of? Because for a second I was confused. I said, what is the point? But the point is not to overlook these small things that we can use as preventative care for ourselves, which I think so often goes overlooked, rather than just like using techniques once you're already like maybe not doing well. And that's a big part for me of like I said, building that foundation of showing up for yourself consistently. So the idea of tapping into the simple things in life. It's so easy to get overwhelmed by everything on the outside world that is overwhelming and sad and scary, and sometimes I think it is just massively important to pay attention to the simple things that are also very much a part of our human experience. That's what it means for me. I hope you all found this helpful in some way. I'd love to know your thoughts, your comments, your dreams down below. If you want to check out Youth to the People, again, I'm a great big fan, and I'll leave them linked in the description box for you. You can get the refillable mini kit there, and I will see you all in the next one.